Welcome again, Porsche files and collectors of scale models of Porsches. This is a Kyosho from the Mini Car Collection number 2, so I'm not expecting the best out of this one, but I went and opened it up for you guys already. You'll see here in the corner it says 399 yen, which is around $4 in today's money, so keep that in mind. And also, this is pretty old, it's from 2006. If you want to pause, let me focus on this box here. There are the other models in there. I have a few of these already. Okay. So some of these models in this collection are not so great. Just keep that in mind. I'm not, again, you never know. Alright, so it had this card here. And I'm not sure what this is referring to, but the prior generations had like chrome window trimming and chrome headlight surrounds. But the 911 SC came out in 1978, which is right here, and it ran up until 1983. All of them were powered with 3-liter engines, and the very first one was 180 horsepower, but by 1983 they had 204 horsepower. With the engines in the rear, of course, and it's a flat 6-cylinder. Here are the other color choices. Ideally, you probably want to get the silver one because it's going to have less chance of paint rash. Red and usually is the worst for Kyosho, so we'll see what happens. It came in this blister pack. It was screwed to this base. Alright, let's take a look at these things here. I saw some photos without the fog lights, but I managed to find this one here. I do feel like the fog lights are, these are just dangling fog lights, but I'm not sure why they molded in. I kind of feel like they would have been better off not molding these on here at all because there are other 911s without fog lights. Alright. Let's see here, the rear view. Doesn't seem so bad. The rear 3-quarter. I think overall the proportions look pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. Alright, the wheels here, these are those Fuchs wheels, or however you want to pronounce Fuchs. I don't think these are actually standard on 911s. The Porsche website said they came with ATS wheels, but these are the wheels I envision classic 911s to have. And Kyosho did a good job. There's actually air passing between the spokes, as you can see on the far side there. The tires, they have some curvature to the side. I'm kind of thinking they might be too tall, though. If you rewind back to that side photograph, I feel like this might be too tall of a tire. But the stance doesn't seem so bad. It's actually pretty low in the front. There's a bit of a gap in the back, though. This side is better, so I have a suspicion the axles might be warped. Or, that would be the only explanation for that. Alright. I like that there's a silver rim on the wheels as well, and the center's black. You can see the lug nut details as well. That's good. So then on this, well, first we got this red. It's not metallic, it's just a normal red. And it's very glossy. I got a new light here in my photo booth. The original lights were flickering, so I don't know if this light angle is the best, but I try to have it so more light is coming from the front of the photo booth than just above. Create less shadows. Alright, the door handle's sticking out. It's painted black. And then the window trimming is black as it should be. And then the molding here on the sides and the bumpers. There's a rectangle here. I'm gonna guess maybe that's like a cover for a jacking up point, but please leave a comment if you know. Being a red paint, it's filling in these gaps quite a bit. Although you can still see the gaps, so I guess it's okay. Molded in mirrors, they're not as bad as I thought they would be, because they actually do have a little bit of a stock. It's not just molded right into the A-pillar like some other brands might do. The wiper blades, though, they're so small, they seem a little bit weird, They're just not long enough for a windshield. But I guess it's better than no wiper blades at all. They are 3-dimensional, they're sticking up, they're painted black, so that's alright. The badge itself looks good. It's not oversized like a Pao Feng would have a giant badge there. They printed on the rubber molding for the bumper. The headlights are clear plastic. I feel like well, I guess they're okay. The thing that's missing is the little panel gap of the chrome ring, or the metal ring that would be on this thing. It's not actually chrome, but it's a painted metal ring that clamps on the headlight, so that's just missing. So as I mentioned, I'm not really a fan of these fog lights because, well, they just don't look like that photograph. And the photograph has much more orange here, but maybe this bumper is it for the Japan market. It doesn't have as much of a reflector or a turn signal there. Alright. The interior. Yeah, so molded in details. Alright, so you know these new LEDs, I think the angle that I set the LEDs lets you see the interiors better. So I don't need a flashlight. But, you know, it's, well, I guess that's pretty accurate. I mean, the photographs of the real car have a black interior, so I guess that's good. Alright, go to the back here. We first have this Carrera logo, and that's printed very nicely. We have a separate piece of plastic for the grille cover. It seems alright. What I really like are the lights. This Porsche is printed very nicely. It's a thick red plastic, but it's yet clear and orange. So how they go about doing that, I still don't know. Co-molding maybe, or paint on the back side. And then the black paint here on the bumper, these little bumperette things. It's not the greatest right here. It looks like there's some overspray, but again, this model costs $4. So I don't know of many $4 models that look this nice. Tells you what the car is, but never tells you what year it was made. So that's unfortunate about Kyoshos. Unless you have the original packaging, you don't know. It's press fit together, and then it's got this blanked off exhaust tip. The tires do look good. Nice treads, and they don't look like truck tires from the side. They look like tires should look. And they're not very skinny, nor are they super wide, so I think they're quite appropriate. Yeah, good as it could be, I guess. No problems there for you rolling fans. Well, I gotta say, I really lucked out. Alright. Let's compare it to a couple other models now. So I have this TLV. It's the very first Porsche 911 from 1966. It was a relatively recent release this year. You might still be able to get it. If you like Porsches, you better buy that one soon because TLVs always increase in price. You will notice this TLV has chrome headlight surrounds and chrome window trimming. So that was one of the things that they changed over to the SCs, going to black and body colored. I do have this other Kyosho from a different collection. It's a 964 Speedster from 1989. I don't know which collection though. It's gotta be at least 3 or up. I don't even know how many Porsche collections Kyosho's done. Alright. I would say the TLV is definitely the nicest of the 3, but it costs a lot more, so it should be. I'm going to pull out some other ones. First, I'm going to pull out this ugly one. It's a 996 911 GT2 from the same collection as this one. And there's just something I don't like about it. First, I guess, is probably the car itself. It has the ugly fried egg headlights. But, boy, I don't know. There's like... I don't know. I can't put my fingers on what it is about it, but it just doesn't look very nice. Alright. To mix up the brands, let's get a Mini Champs up here. It's a 934 from 1976. And I think that Mini Champs is a great model. Unfortunately, the decal of the instrument cluster inside of that thing is going bad. It's like literally peeling off the dashboard. But the Mini Champs does have separate wiper blades, like photo etched metal wiper blades, so that's pretty impressive. And really tiny separate mirrors as well. Alright, let's get these guys out, or well, we'll just turn this off. I get the coaster. Got this guy spin on its own. Oh boy, so again, that's why I don't like rolling models. Alright, well, as you saw with the white 911 I pulled up, some of the castings from this Porsche Collection number 2, there's something just off. I don't really like them. But this casting, I see no problems. If I had to make a minor nitpick, you know, the red paint is filling in the fuel filler cap there on the fender coming around there. Maybe you can see it right there. But that's a problem with all brands and red paint. red, yellow, white paints, it's really hard to cover up the dark casting edges. So this one you don't really see much of the edges, but it fills in the panel gaps a lot. There's no way around it. It's not a problem of Kyosho. This is a problem of everyone. More impressively, this is a red Kyosho from 2006, and it doesn't have paint rash all over it. That's a rarity. Most Kyoshos in red usually get paint rash. So I lucked out there. Alright, so with all that said, I would say if you love classic 911s, you might want to pick this one up. At least in my case, it's a great model. Hopefully it would be for you. I wouldn't be surprised though if someone makes this again. This is such a iconic. All 911s are iconic, but this is one of the older ones. So, I think it's a lot of fanfare with classic cars, classic 911s. All right, well, thanks for watching again. We'll see you the next time around.